Welcome to another video about the 3D to isometric module for Foundry VTT. Today we're showcasing some new features in the latest version of this module, including importing rotating GIFs such as those generated by tools like HeroForge, as well as looking at the improved sketch shader and V12 compatibility. If you have a pro subscription for HeroForge, you gain access to the powerful photo booth functionality, which lets you export images of your creations for personal, non-commercial use in your games. Previously, if you wanted to use a HeroForge miniature in an isometric scene, your best bet was to generate 4 images using the isometric preset in the photo booth. With 3D to isometric, you can now make use of another format of image generation, which HeroForge Pro makes available to you. Start with HeroForge's isometric preset and set the background of your scene to a high-contrast single color, ideally one which does not feature heavily in your scene. Green isn't a great choice here because the miniature is wearing green clothes, but will carry on anyway. You can use HeroForge's photo booth to set any filters or effects that you want applied to your miniature. You won't be able to edit this miniature using the shaders in 3D to isometric as you can with a 3D model, so make sure it looks exactly as you want the token to look in the virtual tabletop. Once you've got the miniature looking the way you want it to, go down to the arrow next to Capture and select Quality Spinny Mini GIF to render a GIF of the token rotating in place. Once the GIF has been generated, download it. It doesn't need to be uploaded to your Foundry VTT server, as we select the GIF from the file system on the client machine. Then, in Foundry VTT, open the Token Config menu and navigate to the ISO 3D tab. Select Import Animated GIF and choose the GIF you just downloaded from HeroForge. It should automatically detect the right color, but you can adjust this and set the tolerance level for background removal sensitivity. The GIFs have 160 frames, so by default, the GIF importer will sample only 32 of these for improved performance, but you can adjust this if you want to. Another new feature in version 0.4.0 of the 3D to isometric module is an improved sketch shader to make your 3D renderings look more like a pencil sketch for that old-school cool tabletop feel. You can adjust a variety of properties about the shader, as well as changing the ambient light in the scene because getting the best results for each token will require different settings. If you're zooming in on a token, it's a good idea to rotate it to make sure it doesn't extend past the edge of the capture area. Just make sure you set it back to face where you want south to be when you're done. Once you've got the settings just right, you can process and assign the sprites to your token the same as with any other model, but with the filter applied. The module has been updated to be compatible with Foundry V12. Testing against V12 is not as in-depth as the testing for V13, so if you run into any issues, please drop by the Discord and let me know. The features in V12 should work exactly the same as in V13. That's it for the new features in the latest version of 3D to isometric. If you're enjoying the module, have any features you'd like to request or bugs you want to report, drop by the Discord